Welcome to my brand new 2025 Tesla Model 3 long-range rear-wheel drive, the same car I had before except 7 years newer. And I'm going to go over the delivery day in this video, and I'm going to give you my main reasons why I got this particular car and why I think it's the best EV for the money, period, right now, especially with the new referral discount being $2,500. So if you're looking to order a Tesla Model 3 right now, you can use my Tesla referral link. I'll leave it in the description below, and you can get $2,500 off. I'm gonna give you my first impressions driving it and being in it compared to my 2018 Model 3. So let's get right into it. This was the delivery day. I picked this up in Cincinnati, a great team over there. First off, right off the bat, if you've never ordered a Tesla, especially now in 2025, it's just super easy. Everything was done online, literally on my phone actually. So I just went on my Tesla app, ordered my car. You just walk through the steps on the app, and when your delivery day finally arrives, you just go up and find your car, and it literally syncs to your phone. Now your phone is your key. So the delivery process is extremely seamless, hands off. All I had to do was go inside and sign a couple of documents, and I was on my way. This is a $54,000 car. This car ended up about $22,000 out of pocket because I had about $14,000 in Tesla credits thanks to the referral program, and I also used the $7,500 federal tax credit plus the $1,500 for the loyalty discount. So that brought the total price all the way down to $22,000-ish. I also sold my old Model 3 and got $19,000 out of that, and I applied that money to the cost of this car. So I basically was able to upgrade from a 2018 Model 3 to a 2025 Model 3 for about $4,000, which is incredible. And then also the fit and finish for these Model 3s has just gotten so much better than when I got my first generation Model 3 7 years ago, especially given this is a new generation. You know, they just started producing these about a year ago. I didn't notice any panel gaps or anything out of the ordinary. Now here are the main reasons I decided to buy this car and not just keep my old Model 3. The first reason is the range. 360 miles of estimated range in this 2025 long-range rear-wheel drive. And the reason I went with the long-range rear-wheel drive instead of the all-wheel drive was mostly just to save money. It's quick enough for me, and I just think it makes sense to have more range for less money. Try to keep the expenses minimal, even though I did splurge on the Quicksilver paint because it just looks so good. But the one downside, the rear-wheel drive Model 3 comes with the bass sound system, and I went from having the premium audio system in my 2018 Model 3 to the bass sound system, and that's like by far probably the biggest disappointment going to this new car from my old car. It's a decent sound system for what it is, but like going from the premium to this, you can definitely tell a difference, and it's just a downgrade, and I do miss my premium audio system. So range wasn't the biggest reason I got this car, and the next biggest reasons are the noise, vibration, and harshness. The NVH, so much better in this car. This rides so much more quietly and more comfortably. The suspension is better. The seats were a huge upgrade. One of the biggest reasons also were the seats. These are ventilated, but also just more comfortable. And finally, the last big reason was Hardware 4. This car obviously has the newer Hardware 4 computer and the newer cameras, so that just gave me a little bit more confidence in getting future updates for full self-driving. And that also is another reason I got this car, is because Tesla was allowing full self-driving transfer. I transferred full self-driving from my old Model 3 to this one, and let me tell you, my first drive with FSD version 13 with Hardware 4, it was amazing. Like, it just seems so much more confident and smooth, and I mean, it was just like, it was driving me around, and I was like, oh wow, this is really impressive coming from a Hardware 3 car. So I think that was one of the biggest reasons, and it justified it within the first drive. Now, some features that were nice in this car, but not necessarily like a huge difference to me, was the power trunk. And that's nice to have, but not a huge deal. The rear passenger screen is nice again, but my daughters are not old enough to actually see that screen. It's going to be a few years before they actually see that because it's down below. The new design is nice. You know, it looks good, but not necessarily like way better. And I didn't really need to have the new design. I like the old design too. The USB-C ports, you know, the upgrades in the interior, the ambient lighting and the heat pump, the faster processor, you know, those are all really nice to have, but not necessarily deal breakers, and they weren't driving factors for me. Now, another factor for people buying a Tesla in 2025 could have a lot to do with the current CEO's polarizing antics, which many say can be tied back to his turbulent childhood. Now, I think we all have some sort of past trauma that affects our mental health, or we simply struggle with day-to-day life sometimes. which is why I want to tell you about today's sponsor, BetterHelp, the world's largest therapy service. Now, one of the reasons it was so hard for me to spend a few $1,000s just to upgrade to a new car was because I witnessed a lot of financial struggles as a kid, and it's extremely difficult for me to part ways with money. And now that I have 2 daughters, that fear has elevated even more. But fortunately, my wife and I swear by therapy as a way for us to keep our anxiety at bay, and BetterHelp is a platform that makes therapy more affordable and accessible while making it easy to find a therapist since it's 100% online. All you have to do is answer a few questions, then BetterHelp can quickly match you to a professional therapist. Having a dedicated person that you can trust with anything is crucial to living a happier, healthier life. And since finding the right therapist is so important, if you don't feel a connection with one, you can easily switch to a new therapist without worrying about insurance or additional costs. I'm grateful for what therapy has done for me and my family, so if you're looking for a positive change in your life, click the link below or visit betterhelp.com/AndySly for a 10% discount on your first month of therapy with a licensed professional. Now, some of the disappointments about this car compared to my old car is, I've already talked about, losing the audio system. That's the big one. And then also losing the stalks. Hey, where are the stalks?
Stalks?
Where'd they go? Your turn signal indicators are on the steering wheel. You get used to it a little bit, but it's still like, you're trying to overcome years and years of flipping a stalk for the turn signal. So that's just a learning curve. And also, not having the stalk for the gear shifting, you have to do it on the screen now. And I think the biggest issues with the loss of these stalks is certain situations such as, if you're in a roundabout and you want to turn your turn signal on and the steering wheel is turned, the turn signal indicators you don't know where they're going to be. And then also if you're doing like parallel parking or a 3-point turn, doing the gear shifting on the screen, kind of cumbersome. So my first impressions after driving this car for a couple of weeks is the exterior, the design is beautiful. It's a welcome design. It's more modern. It's a nice refreshing feeling of coming out to my car and seeing just like something different. Having said that, the old design still looks good to me. I think you can't go wrong either way. The Quicksilver color is beautiful, although I do love the ultra red. I kind of miss having red sometimes, but it's just nice having a different color. The driving and ride comfort is by far probably the best part about this car. The range, it's a fun car to drive. It's got one of the top ranges of any EV out right now, especially for the price. For under $40,000, depending on what configuration you get and the tax credits, like this is an amazing car, probably the best bang for buck EV right now. However, I have some regrets, and this is going to sound very crazy. I'm contemplating selling this car. It sounds so stupid. When I got this car, I bought it thinking I was going to keep it for a long time. That was my plan when I got this car, and then the Model Y Juniper was released in the US sooner than I expected. So now I'm like, should I just splurge on a Model Y Juniper, the launch series, for $54,000? I'm literally contemplating that because here's the thing. Right now, I have this Model 3 and my wife's Model Y. I'm thinking about upgrading my wife to a bigger car, such as the Rivian R1S or the Kia EV9. The Model Y is a great family car, but like if we're all 4 in there, we can't have any other passengers pretty much. I'm thinking maybe I should just replace this car with a launch series Model Y, and that way we have a Model Y and a bigger SUV. As much as I love the Model 3 and driving the Model Y just kind of fits me better. I'm a tall guy. Getting in and out of the Model Y is just easier for me. Sometimes I like having that higher vantage point when I drive my wife's Model Y. So at the end of the day, I'm asking you for your advice. Basically, I could sell this car. I have an interested buyer for this car, and I would get my money back, and I could use that towards the new Model Y. And essentially, I would be paying $10,000 more if I would sell this car and get the Model Y. Does that justify the cost? It'd be nice to have it for you guys to do videos about. I would love it. It would be kind of like a splurge thing for me. Get more room, more cargo space, more comfortable ride for a tall person like me. Acceleration boost, so it'd be like the quickest Tesla I've ever had. Deck it out with the white interior. All that stuff is included. Probably get red paint again, right? The tow hitch would be nice to have. All that stuff included with the Model Y launch edition. Should I spend $10,000 extra right now and just replace this new Model 3 with a new Model Y? That's what I'm thinking about doing, and I might just list this Model 3 for sale if you're interested. I already bought all these accessories for it. Like I said, I was planning to keep it. It has all-weather liners. I've got like the roof rack for it. Screen protectors are already on it. I was definitely planning on keeping this, but now I'm just kind of having this crazy thought. So let me know what you think. But no matter what happens, even if I end up keeping this car, I'll be happy. This is an awesome car. Either way, the 2025 Model 3, best bang for buck EV in a very long time that you can get right now. So